And we are live, guys. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And it is actually 6:02. Supposed to came in at 5, but we are all the way live. I am waiting on the chat. I know it is late for some of our UK guys. We got 2 on the chat. Counterpunch to you too. Where we at in this world, in this crazy world we call Earth? 3, 4. We got a lot to talk about, guys. I'm gonna let us come on in and make some noise. Let's make some noise. You know, we got 8 on the chat. Sahil Hamid, Suhal Ahmed. What's up, brother? Big fan from Wales. Counterpunch to you. Matthew Moore. What's up, brother? Yes, sir. Gonna bring it on, Matthew. Gonna bring it on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Billy Joe Wilder's Chicky Dale. Lee Craft, aka TBK the first. Let some more people come on in on the chat. Man, it's crazy. The sport of boxing, you know, is predictable, then again unpredictable, but then predictable because it's unpredictable. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Now, we got Billy Joe signing officially. Matthew Moore, thank you for your support, brother. I try to bring the best news and views. And big shout outs to you. We got 10 on the chat. Let's match these likes with the people that come on. So when you come on in, just please hit the like button. We got to get this certified, notified. Nobody cares. Okay, nobody cares, Lenny. I guess nobody cares about what, brother? Billy Joe signing with DAZN and Matchroom. April Dent, Counterpunch to you. Welcome to the live chat. Welcome to the live chat. We have Billy Joe Saunders. We have even Tyson Fury, his good friend. He is fighting the great unknown. You know, I don't know. Billy Joe might make a splash. He might, you know, it just shows you, though, that it's in with the new and out with the old. That's what it means. James Gillibrand. Thank you, man. It's first time. Well, welcome to the chat, James. Othello Red Pillar. What's going on, brother? Counterpunch to you. Billy Joe will school Canelo. I called it. You know what? He's putting himself in position to. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Billy Joe Saunders is putting himself in a good position. He knew where he was at. He couldn't get the fights because he needed a British promoter or a promoter in general that could get him on the platform where those guys are. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people, if you were a welterweight, the smartest thing you could do if you're signing with a promotional company that's mediocre, get with PBC, get with someone that, you know, that works well with PBC because they have basically all the champions over there. So if you're a middleweight, you want to go with DAZN, right? A deal. Billy Joe versus Andrade. Who wins? You know what? I haven't seen Billy Joe in a while. Now, when they fought, I would have gave it to Billy Joe in a close fight because they have similar styles, both southpaws, both long, both tall, both quick, both slick. It would be kind of hard to decipher. That's why it was a much anticipated bout, because those guys were going to go in there and show what they have. They're both shit talkers. I think Billy Joe has him in the shit talking department. But the fight was selling well into that nasal spray bullshit incident, right? It's unfortunate, and it's ironic because you would think Billy Joe Saunders would have like a chip on his shoulder concerning Eddie Hearn. But this just shows you, man, money talks, bullshit runs a marathon. And the bullshit's running, Camera's a little high. Yeah, it is a little high. Bring it close. I'm actually testing out this new stand I got. It's pretty cool. But it is kind of high. You can see more of the sky than me. Where's my frame? So, Billy Joe can cause some upsets. I think he can win by points against Triple G. You know what? I think he can. And here's the problem, though. I think he knows he can now. He feels that he can now, James, because back in the day, he used to make statements like, Golovkin can whoop you and me in the same night. And he was talking about Chris Eubank Jr. And you remember that's when everybody was fucking just scared shitless of Golovkin. Like, he was like that boogeyman guy until people were like, fuck it, I'll fight him. He can't be that bad. And then after the Jacobs fight, he looked beatable. Then after the Canelo fight, he looked limited and beatable, even though I think he won because he just outworked Canelo. But then Canelo showed him that he only had so many different dynamics to his game that without the jab, he didn't really have much. When, Canelo turned his body sideways and minimized his target, he didn't even know how to adjust to that with the punches that he had in his arsenal. So it was crazy. Henry Francis, counterpunch to you. Keep the good content coming. Of course, Billy D. Absolutely. Love the name. Timo. Kurt was in a Boxing Voice stream, and I have to say that they are bullshit. The only decent channel for boxing news is, in my opinion, is you and IFL TV. Well, you know what? Stay tuned for me and IFL TV because they are good sources, So thank you for your support, Timo. Billy Joe and Tywin Booth, gang. Yeah, those guys are some raunchy, rude boys, to say the least. Raunchy, rude boys. Bilal LG, my mom, my combinations, my Mexican heart. My mamoon, my combinations, my Mexican heart. He's crazy. Joyce H., always good to hear from your unbiased opinion. Greetings from London, England. Counterpunch to you, Joyce H. Thank you very much. Greetings from Brooklyn, Zeke. Ifeanyi, Zeke. Counterpunch to you from Brooklyn. Nice. I was just up in Brooklyn not too long ago. Bayern 1, Charlo needs to go to the zone, or it's official that Heyman controls them. Well, Heyman controls them. We don't have to. Here's the thing. If Heyman controls them, Bayern 1, what makes you think he can go to the zone? Right? Those guys in the PBC, they can't move. They can't do too much on their own. That's what control is. Control. You can't go anywhere. Fabian Asensio. Okay, AJ is the man. Sorry, I got tongue-tied just then. Well, I'm actually going to counterpunch his video. I haven't seen it yet, and I want to check it out because I know he just dropped it. Shit's going viral. I'll check it out and counterpunch it soon enough. So stay tuned to that. Kong Skull Island 2017, Kansas City up in here. Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas? That's the question. What side of the bridge are you on, Kansas City? Lee Doherty, big up counterpunch. Keep it real always from Limerick, Ireland. Is it Limerick or Limerick? But counterpunch to you. Thank you for your support. Kill 3R kills. Southwest London. No one seems to care that Charlo isn't getting fights, but they want to screw Terrence. Yeah, it's jacked up. I mean, why? Because no one really cares about Charlo. Let's just be real. I mean, Charlo's happy because he got a belt without fighting for it, but he knows his control. He knows how far he can go, what to say, what not to say. You see, he didn't call out Canelo. You see, he didn't call out Andrade. You see, he didn't do anything, right? He gave homage and respect to these guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. And did the Deontay Wilder speech. Well, you know, and you got to keep doing what I'm doing. Good thing come to those who wait. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't Deontay Wilder say that same shit? Okay, control. Control. Kansas. Okay, cool. I got family in Missouri, so that's why I asked. It's just across the bridge, though. No big deal. You could probably see him. Throw a rock at him across the river. Crawford said he's going to move up to 154 if he doesn't get his big fights at 147. I wouldn't recommend that, you know, because even at think about it, even at 154, he'd be looking at the same shit. You know, Tony Harrison, Jermell Charlo, he's with PBC. Lara's with PBC. I mean, I don't see really not a lot at 154. He could fight Kell Brook at 154. He could do that. You know, double SB 28, Toronto in this joint. Toronto, counterpunch to you. Lee Craft, AKA AJ is gonna splatter Ruiz. Damn. Usyk versus Takam on Joshua's undercard. That would be good. Because, I mean, it's really nothing but elimination anyway, right? Because he has to fight the winner out of the main event. Because if Ruiz retains the belt, he still has to fulfill his mandatories, right? With the WBO. So, I mean, I don't have any, objections to it. Not at all. I think that should be a good idea to make the fight that much sweeter. Usyk coming out party as a heavyweight versus the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Ruiz. Why not? Tony Barley. Sup? Somerset, Southwest, UK. Counterpunch to you, brother. Thank you for coming on. We need to get Wilder to UK in fight. Yeah, that's if he'll go. I mean, obviously, you got to go where people tell him to go. Double SB 28, did you catch the Spence versus Porter press conference earlier this afternoon? It was one of the worst press conferences this year, in my opinion. I didn't catch it. I did not catch it. I took a nap, did a lot of errands and shit this morning, so I didn't catch that. I mean, Errol Spence is pretty much the only one that's selling that fight. Sean Porter, I like Sean Porter. He is like that standout, squeaky clean image guy, if you like that. But a lot of people look at, Porter is flat, So it is what it is. Somehow Errol isn't ducking Bud. Wilder wasn't ducking AJ. How do they sleep at night? Yeah, I don't know. They sleep at night because knowing that they didn't have a choice. Looney X. That's it. Zebedon. Looney. They don't have a choice. And they know that. They know look, if you don't have a choice in the matter, I suggest they sleep really well because they know they can only do what their superiors tell them to do. Their boss tells them what to do. That's it. They don't have a voice. They don't have a name. Errol Spence should stop the shit about the promotional company. That doesn't really matter. If AJ doesn't win, he will lose fans. We love him, but we love him because he's a winner. Also, if he loses, boxing means nothing. People don't understand the light AJ turned on for boxing. Well, you know what? His light in the heavyweight division really turned on. See, like I tell people, Tyson Fury lit a torch that went out. Okay? Or he started this light and he started it, but then he couldn't keep it on, or he couldn't continue it. Now that light got passed on as a torch to the next guy, Anthony Joshua. So Joshua was able to not only carry the torch, but make a fire. So he made a bonfire, and then that shit trickled down through the boxing, because had everyone paying attention to the heavyweight division and all the other weight classes. So yeah, it did spark interest big time. You know, I feel bad for Crawford. He's been avoided at 147. I've heard speculation that Crawford's even willing to leave Top Rank to go to PBC. He still would be somehow go. Look, I don't see why the hell he would ever do that. That's dumb, because Errol Spence, see, when people figure out those fighters can't do what they want to do, promotional companies mean nothing. It's not about the promotional companies. It's about the person behind that company. And his name is Al Heyman. He won't let big fights instantly happen. He has the power to make those fights, or get with promoters that want to make those fights and they can collaborate together, but he won't do it because it's too much money that he's earning for these guys fighting nobodies. So since he's making money off them fighting nobodies, and they're getting paid a nice wage, a nice little chunk of change for fighting somebody that we never fucking heard of, or fighting some fighters that we don't want to see, they will make enough money. And as long as people tolerate it, he will keep doing it. That's that, But for him moving up, look, Terrence Crawford should have just retired at 140. I'm sorry. Because he won't get the fights that he wants to, because Al Heyman's a businessman. He's not a fight fan. He's not a fan of the sport. He's not a fan of anything besides money and business. That's why he knows, okay, I'm going to assign this top fighter to fight this nobody motherfucker, and that type fighter to fight this guy that I know it's a 20-1 odd, because the odds are better, so the risks are lower. But the reward for these fighters are nothing. That's why they get shitted on in the PBC. But he doesn't care, because he pays them. So they're getting paid. So it's kind of like, hey, I'm paying you to do less of your potential. You're going to be doing something. I know you're qualified to do much, much more in the sport, but who gives a fuck, because I'm paying you and you're doing what I want you to do. That's my game plan. That's Al Heyman's way. So there you go. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Betty Boop, who is the greatest white male heavyweight of all time? That's a very good question. Fuck it, Jack Dempsey. There, I said it, Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey or Gene Tunney. Gene Tunney was smarter. He was a better boxer, but Jack Dempsey was more exciting. He loved to rip into his opponents, and he had that fearless, ravishing power. Okay. Yep. Jack Dempsey or Gene Tunney. Luke Ranson, counterpunches from England. Matthew Moore. Has Ruiz actually signed for sure yet on the Saudi venue? You know what, Matthew? This is what we're going to do. We're going to leave that shit be. Because it's like this. Everyone assumed, or a lot of people assumed, that Anthony Joshua was ducking, or Anthony Joshua was afraid of Deontay Wilder just because Deontay Wilder said so, right? And Anthony didn't respond. Okay, fair enough. So if we're going to assume that, we can also assume that because Andy Ruiz is not saying anything, that means he's agreeing. Fuck it. So yes, he has agreed. Spence versus Porter press conference was cringe. I'm kind of hyped for, Darrell and Benavidez. I want to see that fight. I want to see both of them, actually, because I want to see Spence I want to see Spence get his ass beat. I'm going for Porter. because Porter's been there. Spence is that guy that declared and claimed that he was the baddest man around, the boogeyman. He was avoided. But the thing is, he had no honestly, he had no importance. He was just a good fighter. He had no backing. It was a high risk fight because he was a good fighter. He was an Olympian, you know. Big up Cornwall, UK. MP Ruiz has signed. We're going to he signed because he didn't say he didn't. His manager pretty much spoke for him. They know they're in a shitty spot. So there, What do you think of all those people talking about human rights issues and stuff in Saudi Arabia regarding the AJ and Ruiz 2 fight? You know what, Double SB 28, I think that for that night, people won't give a shit. And I think Saudi Arabia needs something like that, a fucking break. They need a break from the bullshit. You have the 2 most sex-deprived places in the world is 1, the Middle East, 2, America. Wow, you didn't think that with all the ass grinding MTV raps videos we have, but yeah, it's sex-deprived, with sexual harassment and shit like that. You got a bunch of horn dogs here because nobody's really getting what they need to be getting based on certain things that's keeping them down. But anyway, I digress. So I think that they will have a break from all the shite for a while, get drunk, have a good time, enjoy a great night of boxing, and then on the day after or the day after that, they can resume the restrictions and other bullshit. But I think for that night, they're going to have fun, or at least for that weekend. Have you seen the video of Crawford on the street creating smoke with his car? Yeah, I did a video on it. I sure did, man. Check out the video I did on it. It was a few days ago last week. It's not far down the video trail, right? But yeah, that's his subliminal way of, I want all these motherfuckers. They need to come out of hiding. You can run, but you can't hide. Top 3 duckers in boxing. And Blue Sky fans are only attracted when someone wins anyway, so think about it. Jasor versus Parker is a fight I want to watch out for. It's been announced soon. Yeah, I can't wait to counterpunch that shit. Because that actually is supposed to happen earlier this year. That fight's supposed to have been happening. And I think Parker walked away because it wasn't enough money on the table or something like that for him to be going toe-to-toe with big-ass Jasor. And Jasor got knocked out by Dillian White. That motherfucker had muscles. You know what I mean? He fucking had muscles in his back. I never seen him that in shape. So he's doing well. And I would love to see him fight Parker. Parker has to stay on the outside. I don't think he would want to bang with him. Canelo, Deontay, Fury, and Khan. Are those the duckers? Canelo, Deontay, Fury. You know what I would say? I would actually say, I would add Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, and Triple G. Because Triple G has done some shit that, a lot of people tolerated and put up with back in the day a few years ago, but then people are starting to realize that Golovkin don't really want to fight. He wants to fight certain fighters. He's getting like most of these guys that they only target certain fighters and not the available toughest fights. There's a difference. Yeah, definitely. It's all political, but, I hope he fights Sergey Derenchenko because he's the guy that, got his belt snatched away from him anyway. So this would be like, I want to see that fight. I want to see Golovkin fight someone worth a damn. We've seen Canelo Jacobs. Okay, let's see Golovkin somebody tough. Let's see that. Please, let's see that. True Heavyweights was dead before AJ. That's why they hate on AJ, because he hit it big at the right time. Yeah. And see, what people don't understand about Anthony Joshua That dude, see, Tyson Fury got a defeat against Klitschko. Klitschko wanted a rematch, right? Then Klitschko couldn't get his rematch due to Tyson Fury's fuckery and bullshit and whatever you want to call it. His absence. So since he was unavailable to fight, he fought to Anthony Joshua. They thought it was cool. It was a gamble. Shelly Finkel orchestrated that fight. He helped get that fight made. And he figured, well, this young guy from England won't be able to handle Klitschko. Therefore, that's why they make those type of fights. Managers are good at fight choosing too, opponent picking, and they thought Anthony Joshua was an opponent to be freshly picked. You know what I'm saying? Rightly picked. And they were wrong. They were almost right. I mean, Shelly Finkel's been around for a long time, so he knew, I think this is a fight that Klitschko could win. Why not? He's hungry. He's been desperate to get back in the ring with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's doing everything but boxing. So he had to do something. He went in against Joshua, got knocked out in the 11th round. Classic fight. However, let me break it down to you guys. Klitschko did not want any more of Joshua. So what does that tell you? He wanted to rematch Fury for the way Fury beat him, but he decided to fucking retire after AJ knocked him out. See, Tyson Fury just outpointed him. Anthony Joshua knocked him out. Yes, it took a lot of sacrifice. Yes, it took an ass whooping by Klitschko to get that knockout, but he still got it, people. So it doesn't really matter, So, so he turned that light on. Zebedon Looney X, I do agree with you. He was the guy that just kept the lights lit in the heavyweight division. He didn't make a spark like Fury and then hey, the lights came on and they went back off. Because that's basically what it felt like, Like, hey, I seen a little something there in the heavyweight division, but shit, I don't see it no more, okay? Until AJ comes in there and lights that whole fucking division up. And you're like, wow, okay. So, and then everyone else came in and, then came Deontay Wilder and then all that stuff happened. So it was very eventful, very eventful. It's the word I can say for it. Chisora is entertainment for sure. He definitely is. He comes to fight. Who do you think Crawford might fight next? Anybody that he fucking can. Fight Collazo or somebody like that. Fight one of these PBC guys. Give them a reason that they shouldn't be bullshitting with fights. If Terrence Crawford retires now, what do you think about this place in history? Well, I can tell you this. He cleared out a whole division. 2 ring magazines. 3 weight classes. Definitely a Hall of Famer. Pound for pound best fighter in the world. He has no complaints. I wouldn't even complain. Barry Sanders had to do the same thing, man. It's about skill, and you don't want your shit. You don't want, I would rather want Terrence Crawford to walk away like Andre Ward did, like Timothy Bradley did, like those guys. You know what I'm saying? Just got out of the game, but while they were still active or still capable. That way you know where your health is. See, you get older and you start taking a lot of punches and start taking a lot of damage to your body and shit, and then your body's all broke down because you've taken this punishment at a late age. Fuck it, get out of there when you feel good, while you still can, spend time with your family or something like that. It's not his fault that these fights are not being made. The fault comes from an advisor / promoter / manager / every fucking thing, that won't let them fights happen. So it is what it is. I think he'll go down pretty. If he goes up and if he beats Spencer Thurman and Garcia, I think 3 more fights he should be done. I wouldn't disagree with Terrence Crawford whatsoever, because He's not going to stay that, he's at his peak and he's been very good a long time. He just kept winning. Crawford just kept winning, So yeah, pretty high up, at least the top 15 of all time. Top 15, not 10, but 15. Terrence Crawford, man, he's, I never seen no one that can fight like a southpaw as good as he can, and he's not a southpaw, Word Al Heyman come across music. Boxing doesn't excite him, business and power does. It does. He wants to be A-side and shit. Who do you think, like Wilder talking about, I'm going to be A-side, I'm going to have more money in the whole world, I'm the most talked about. He wants the power. He gets that from what he's preached. He's preached that from Al Heyman. So. Jack Dempsey for me. Yeah. Eddie Hearn and DAZN took over boxing in 2019. H Money, something, it's seeming that way. But it's like now it's breaking even. So for every fighter he gets someone that either loses or gets fucked up. Think about it. Joshua took a L. Now Dillian White's fucked up in court with a drug scandal. You know what I mean? But he signed Parker, then he signs Billy Joe, then he signs Huey, then he signs Usyk, and then something else happens. You know what I'm saying? So, but that definitely shows that he's not stopping. It is a business. He understands it's his business, and he loves what he does. Obviously, he loves what he do for a living. Anthony Joshua wins by a controversial decision. Oh God, I hope not, George. Excuse me. I hope not. I hope not. Says Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in the world. I don't know about that one, man. Probably right now. Because Oscar De La Hoya, all he really has is Canelo. And I don't know if he's really signed anyone new yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's up with him. He said, Kurt, shout out to TMG, The Money Game. We exposed the LDBC. Damn, how'd you do that? I got to hear that. James, Billy Joe's movement and boxing abilities to be and being a southpaw is a worry for Canelo. Yeah, he'll school Canelo. And then see, one thing about Billy Joe, what he has over Lara just fights for points. Billy Joe knows how to stick and move, but he knows how to turn it on in certain times. And he's very, very aggressive. So it's going to be a good fight. I would love to see what he does with Canelo, or what Canelo can do with him, rather, because I think it's more Canelo has to come and find him, a bigger guy like that, that's quick, that's fast, and Canelo's going to start, throwing body punches. And then they're going to start double counting them on Conky Box for some weird reason. He swung 2 times, as 4 fucking points, or 4 hits land and shit. It's crazy. The other guy give you a 5-piece combo. You're lucky if you get 2 points. So it's crazy. It is crazy. But, all right. Dean. I think Billy Joe will beat Canelo. But I think Golovkin will give him issues. Styles make fights. And at the end of the day, greetings from Gisborough, North East England. Shouts out to you, great counterpunch. I think, Billy Joe will give Canelo problems, like I'm stating. He'll give him problems, definitely. Joshua walk through fire. Fury is the real deal, though, bro. Yep. Mando Solo S. Look, let's see him fight some real fucking opponents. Why do people say that Canelo was pound for pound when he weight drains, takes drugs, catch weights, and age weights anyone with a pulse? Not even in the top 500 for me. Damn, snot gobbler. Or snot or schnolt. Snot gobbler. But I don't think he is what I just don't know what to think of him anymore. He's still holding on to the Klitschko win. He's going to do that shit till he drops dead. Let's just be real. He's going to do that shit until he drops dead in the door now. You'll be on his deathbed talking about, I beat Klitschko in 15. That's a good question, Johnny. I don't know who the hell his opponent's going to be. No. So, very, very good question. Because I know they don't want to just start him off like that. Klitschko said it himself. He went out how he wanted. Cool. Lost, won. That's a win-win statement. So, he's satisfied. If James can be a black man, then Shaft should be a white man. Boxing is cool. Okay. Who do you think Billy Joe's first opponent will be? G-Bam's LLC. Vladimir was way past his prime. Yes, he was. But the question you ask yourself, was he way past his prime fighting Tyson Fury? G-Bams LLC. What's up to you? Counterpunch to you. G-Bams. What LLC? Mark Denton. Why do you think Ruiz is silent? Because probably for the intrigue. He knows, he's doing it to save face, He'll wait a while and then, it's going on, He's training like hell. Kurt, I really want Crawford to fight Brook. What do you think of that fight? Why not? Why not? Because, you beat Khan, beat his rival too, beat Carol Brook too. And I see him doing that easy, the way his reflexes and stuff are. Yeah, Brook, I don't know. Brook said he looked stronger at 154, so we got to see. Bradley was good, but never gave us fights we wanted. No, and sadly, he could only do so much on his platform because Bob Arum wasn't trying to get everyone to, he couldn't. He was only limited because if you had all the welterweights either at Golden Boy or PBC or whatnot, it's kind of hard for him. Great opinion on Crawford. Only he knows. Ward knew from the Kovalev fight that Bradley learned from the impact. Yeah, they know. It's a spirit of discernment. You have to know. So you have to be in good enough condition mentally and physically to know when it's your last day. I think a lot of people get concussions, and like tendencies of concussions, have you violent outbursts and stuff like that. I think people get hurt cerebrally. When their cerebral dome gets affected, and then they just keep fighting, and they don't have that element of knowing, okay, get out right now, unless someone goes in there and really beats the piss out of them, so that's the crazy thing about it. DJ DQ counterpunch to you. Boom, boom. Pacquiao should go ahead and retire. He should, Greg. 1964, I agree. Because I don't think he's going to get a better win than that than he got like with Thurman. I think he should call it a day. And that's it. Leave him be, Let him go run his country. That should give him some more passion. Or play basketball. Fuck. Kokomo's boxing flow, real boxing talk. I think Crawford Brook will be a great fight. It should be. We'll see though. Crawford has a lot of Mike, MC, Callum in him. Billy Joe will show Canelo how to box. He's a diva. He thinks he got powers if he steps up. Love, respect. JJ Daddy. When AJ beat Vladimir on Fury, beat an old man way past his prime. Why is Wilder so quiet? Did a video on it yesterday. I have no idea. Sir Flame says, hey, Hearn is a cancer. I would love to hear your insight on that. Just checking in from the UK, Jerome Benjamin. Counterpunch to you. I've been looking through some fighters recently, and it was me, or was it Oscar De La Hoya's run from super featherweight to welterweight, one of the greatest of all time. You know what? Oscar De La Hoya is up there somewhere. I don't really know where to place him at because I haven't done that pound for pound or top 10, and I will, and I'll share it with you guys on a live chat like this simply because, you know, we can break things down easier, you know, and we have more time, you know, to converse and talk about it and counterpunch it and all that good shit. You have hate in your heart for a man that pays hundreds of fighters and keeps fighters active. Well, that is true. He does keep you active. Oscar doesn't seem like he wants to work. Billy Joe Saunders will school Canelo and title G. I would love to see it. Eddie Hearn might be the hardest working promoter, not necessarily the best. Well, there you go. Salute. All right, M. Greg, 1964. Canelo versus Lara. Lara won that Loke dog, hands down. He outpointed him. He outboxed him. I don't see what Canelo did. Throw body punches and half of them landed on Lara's fucking elbows and shit. Canelo was frustrated. And if he figures that Billy Joe will fight anywhere near Lara, he'll stay the hell away from him like he's a plague. De La Hoya lost a lot of big fights. That's right, Curtis Anderson, but he won a lot too. And the ones that he lost, it wasn't bad. He was only stopped one time. He quit against Pacquiao, but he was only stopped with Bernard Hopkins. Okay, so you know the two fights with Sugar Shane Mosley was classic. I think he had the better of the second fight, but you know I have to see it again. Of course, it's been a long time ago. But what I can remember, yeah, it was definitely a great epic fight. I think he should have fought Felix Trinidad again at 154, 160. I would love to see that. What boxer today you think will make Floyd Mayweather type of money? None of them. Anthony Joshua, shit, if he wins the rematch. Love from Scotland. Willie Boy, slip and move. Scotland. Counterpunch to you guys all the way in Scotland. Canelo should have 3 losses. You're right, he should. Mayweather, Lara, and Triple G in that order. So. Thought he lost to Stern and Whitaker. Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya, he definitely lost to Stern. Stern peppered his ass with that jab that whole fight. I seen it a couple years ago. I remember I was in Jersey when I saw it again. And look, he got beat. Politics saved him. So. I said, these are the breaks. Britney Spears, Proto Man, 1, 2, 3, 4. What up, big boy? Why can't Heyman get Deontay Wilder that purse that AJ gets? Because Deontay Wilder doesn't have the class. I mean, not even the class. He doesn't have the clout or the marketability. Look at his last fight. Not the Dominic Breazeale, but look at his coming out of the box pay-per-view. They did not sell out. They didn't do too well. I don't think, honestly, there's enough money to back him. You know what I mean? I don't think that. I just don't believe that Deontay Wilder's on the level like Joshua, you know? What part of Jersey? Newark, New Jersey. Willie Boy, slip and move. Kurt, from my favorite era, who was your favorite? Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, or Duran. Hagler all day. All day. Usyk will beat Takam, but Takam won't be easy fight. People underestimate Takam so much. You know, that's what we're going to find out. I think Takam's a strong opponent. I think he's the guy that can make that happen. Wilder ain't even on Golovkin's level. Yeah, Golovkin does have boxing ability. He does pepper you with that jab and rip body shots and all types of other stuff at you. It's embarrassing how a bunch of grown men who some have wives and kids hate AJ. King Jack R22. Ruiz contains those belts in the rematch. I am calling it. Usyk goes through Takam easy, in my opinion. We just got to see. We have to definitely see. You know. But old Billy Joe's done the right thing for me, guys. I think he's taken his career by the balls. I think that's what he's doing. Because, you know, you left Nike, now you're going to Reebok. Kind of risky. Yeah. I would love to see Billy Joe versus Andre. What do you think about who you think is the greatest? Shit. Joe Louis. You know, with all those title defenses, Joe Louis. Andy Ruiz got lucky like Buster Douglas and Hakeem Rock. Hey, that's it. King Jack R22. Ruiz will be sharper and faster, and Joshua will come in much, much more lean. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a boxing match this time. You know, unless Ruiz tries to set a trap, or should I say, come in for the kill. It ain't luck when you get knocked down 4 times. Sure the hell ain't. Ali versus Marciano, who wins in your opinion? Ali. He will cut Marciano to pieces. Plain and simple. You know, plain and simple. Well, man, he had his scrapes and bruises, but most of the fighters that were on names on Rocky Marciano's record were smaller guys moving up. They were like Usyk or Kovalev is to this day, right? Though they were the throwback people. So it is what it is. Yo, Big Kurt, best boxing channel on YouTube. Shout out from London, JLDN. Thank you, brother. Appreciate your support. You watching the Yardy fight next week? Hell yeah, I'm watching the Yardy fight next week. Got to. Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in the world. Well, I know he works hard. So that's a good, I'm glad, shouts out to who said that. You know, he does work hard. I wonder, does he get any sleep? Do you think to this day did more for Deontay's profile in the black community than the other 40 fights did? I don't remember him having more than 3 fans 2 years ago. Well, look, yeah, it definitely does. And that was by accident, you know. He did that by accident, definitely. Eddie Hearn got the next Floyd Mayweather Devin Haney fight. Well, he already has Devin Haney, so, you know, that's big news. So, I mean, that's another guy that, no fresh guy that's coming on that platform. To this day, made the racist blacks flock to him. Well, it definitely made I wouldn't call them the racist ones, the woke ones, right? You agree with Boxing Rec all the time rankings? No, not really, because a lot of those guys are dead way low, 83. So I'm like, how the hell you rank that guy? He's dead. There would be never another Floyd. No, let's hope not. Curtis Anderson, Mando Solo, you talk too much. A keyboard warrior. All right. Hey, let's get those likes up. Why not? Why not? Lost one. Kurt, did you see AJ's new video on his channel? There was great parts. He spoke about setting up a charity pot for retired fighter. You know what? I'm gonna go check that out here in like a few minutes because I'm about to get off this chat because I got a lot of stuff to do today to cram into one day. But I will be back as later on, you know, as time permits. I do want to check out that video from Joshua. You know, he has a lot of motivational shit on there. So it's more to him than just, I think he uses that platform to like reach and stretch with other people, you know? Oh, Ben versus McClellan. It's been a long time. I need to watch that fight again. Just a quick shout out from Liverpool, Trig S63, counterpunch to you. Thank you for your support. Honest and unbiased, absolutely. Lost one, Curtis Anderson. No, not a lot. You know, I was working on Luke Cage up there, season 2 for a couple months. I haven't been up there since, so I don't work up there all the time, you know. Kurt, 4-man tournament. B, Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo Andrade. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Kevin. I have no idea because I want to see what Billy Joe can do up there, first of all. That's Billy Joe, Canelo. Let's see. Oh, nice. Well, I need to check out that gym. I'll make a trip up there. Check it out. Just post me the name of it. You know, I'll check it out. Lost one. Love it when you spoke about working with Lenny from The Walking Dead. Yeah, he was cool. You know, Lenny was a cool cat. Down to earth guy too. You know, actually, I worked on that show briefly this year, and then I seen him again. You know, and we talked and you know caught up and everything. It was just like, you know, and it's amazing how what information people can retain. You know, it's like, hey, how's your daughter doing? And this, that, and the other. So it was a real down to earth guy. Cool. I spent a lot of time with him last year, a lot of time. And we talked a gang of shit. So it's one of the perks of being on set, meeting people and working with other talent and, you know, bigger stars, bigger actors and stuff like that. You learn a lot from them. So it's cool. It's cool. I can't stand. Okay. Wooly, my bad. Thoughts on Callum Smith? Can he top Canelo? I believe he has the capability myself. Well, I think Canelo has his own thing. He pretty much does what the hell he wants to do. And I think because the IBF stripped him, that extracted that power that he thought he had from what he wanted to do, if that makes sense. Canelo just walked around like, hey, I can make my own weight. I can win countless fucking split decisions and get off. I can give up a belt, no one's, you know, and then come back like it ain't shit. You know, I can do what I want, and that's what he proved to everybody. No, well, you know, Rocky Fielding was the same size, brother. So I don't know about, you know, Callum Smith being too big, you know. But anyway, guys, I will check out that video with Anthony Joshua. I'll counterpunch that with a video, and we'll probably pick up on a live chat tomorrow sometime. I'll leave it in the community. But back to Billy Joe, to top this off, to counterpunch Billy Joe. Billy Joe Saunders, I feel, made the right decision. I feel he needed that while he was still young. You know, you don't want to be like Golovkin and then sign something or go somewhere new at being 37, you know. But anyway, yeah, he made the right decision. And the sky is only up for him. So I wish him well. Like I said, I figured it would be Billy Joe Saunders. So, you know, he's coming over to Matchroom to collect and show what he's about. But you guys, I'm wrapping it up. I got a split. It's been real. Johnny Morgan, absolutely. I'll be on tomorrow sometime, Johnny Morgan. So stay tuned for that. Again, I will leave a notification in the community so you guys know when I'm going live. But everyone, Trig S63, H Money, Mr. DeZone, Johnny Morin, Mando Solo, Matthew Moore. Thank you guys for coming on. Waylo 83, Snot Gobbler. You guys have been fun. It's great chatting with you guys. But stay tuned for the next one, Men's Law Entertainment. I don't know why I get that tongue twisted ass word. Maybe if it was separated, it would be a lot easier. But you guys have been counterpunched, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.